use the screens at all.
Yeah, if you don't use the screens at all. Or audio, it would just go off your laptops and then we have one speaker going so they don't. But I think on that, Google Meet and all this for it to integrate and test, we can't.
We just have to not.
We just have to post that we're not gonna have, unfortunately, do that. And she's gonna record, she has the official recording on us. Okay.
Let's
Broadcast technical difficulties then.
so actually we only want one.
We can go on. Especially if you're gonna use the cameras to see us.
But
And you
we
wanna-
need
You just don't use the camera, block out your speakers and points.
You will need to have your mic on, we need one mic on. But then everybody else could actually just have their laptop going.
Okay.
And their speakers muted and their microphone muted. And that way only that be picking up from yours. And that way we may not start it.
okay, and then Rose, we'd have Rose, but we wouldn't have anybody
Right, you'll
else.
see Rose, she's on your left. Right.
So
Are you good with that, Eric?
Can you? If I just have that. Are you hearing? Rose, are you hearing us?
I'm hearing it. Now, I just turned on my speaker though. So is it through my speaker or the other one, Eric?
Well, we're hearing it through the.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
you just threw her mic.
It's coming through this main computer.
That's what I'm saying, just shut that down.
Or turn the speaker off or something.
All right. So here's what we think we will do. We will begin, and Rose, we will just have, everybody will have their own computers on. And I don't want her to see me. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. We will begin our meeting August 18th at 1:29. We are late due to some technical difficulties. And unfortunately, we will not be able to be live streamed because of our technical difficulties, but we're going to go ahead, and our clerk and recorder has got the full recording. So call the meeting to order. I guess I already did that. And if we could do a pledge of the allegiance, the pledge, please. This would be first order. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the agenda for August 18th, 2026 with no changes.
I second.
So I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as it is written. Would you please call our roll?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All righty. And I do not see anyone in the room for public comment. And unfortunately, we don't have any ability to bring anyone in online due to our technical difficulties. So no public comments. If we could move on to the consent calendar, and I would entertain a motion for that calendar.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda for the following items. Motor Vehicle Report, July 2026. EHS EBT Register and Warrant Register for July 2026. Accounts Payable Report, July 2026. And Payroll Report, August 14th, 2026.
I'll second that motion.
So a motion and a second for the approval of the consent agenda. Would you mind please calling our roll?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All righty. So moving on to our tabled matters, we have one item, and I would encourage a motion to table that again.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to table the contract with Taylor Consulting LLC for child welfare and adult protection casework services for Rio Blanco County Department of Human Services. And we are going to table that to the next meeting, September 1st. And that's it.
I second.
So a motion and a second to table the Taylor Consulting LLC contract again until September 1st meeting.
Do you want me to explain why, or do you want me to?
One of you guys are welcome to.
So I just text Carmen to find out where we're at with this contract, and she said she is now waiting on Taylor, the Taylor Consulting. Yes. So
Okay.
once we get that back, then
So my only question would be, do we want to move it only 2 weeks, or since we keep having to come back to it, do we move it out further? Is she committed to getting it to us in
If we
2
move
weeks?
If we move it out further, can we still take care of it at the next
Next
meeting?
meeting? I don't believe so. Let me,
So let's
no. Okay, so Rose said no.
let's just go ahead with the motion like it is.
All righty. Oops, I just, so we have a motion. I guess we already have the motion and the second. So if you would please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mine was an aye in favor of too. That's okay. I was a little slow. All righty. All right. Well, moving on then, let's move to our action items number 1. I would entertain a motion on that one.
Madam Chair, I move to ratify the August 4th, 2026 letter to the Meeker Library Board regarding the county's statutory authority and process for appointments to the Meeker Library Board.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a motion and a second to ratify the letter that was sent to the library board on August 4th. Would you please call our roll?
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, action item number 2, please.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to ratify for the ratification of a comment letter to the Bureau of Land Management regarding BLM Manual 6320, considering lands with wilderness characteristics in BLM land use planning process.
I second.
Thank you very much. A motion and a second to ratify the letter to the BLM on the wilderness for lands with wilderness characteristics. So this is one of the 3 the first one of 3 that we will approve here that Reese had drafted, and they were due earlier this month. So got those out. If you would please call our roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, moving on to action item number 3.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the ratification of a comment letter to the Bureau of Land Management regarding BLM Manual 6330, Management of BLM Wilderness Study Areas.
I'll second that motion.
A motion and a second to ratify the comment letter to BLM and regarding the wilderness study areas. If you would please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, moving on to action item number 4, please.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for the ratification of a comment letter to the Bureau of Land Management regarding BLM Manual 6340, Management of Designed Wilderness Area,
Designated.
designated wilderness area. Sorry.
A second?
Motion and a second to ratify the comment letter to BLM in regards to the management of designated wilderness areas. If you would please call our roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, moving on to line item number 5, please.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the tuition assistance for Carmen McKay for courses through Metropolitan State University of Denver in the amount of $1,855.40.
I'll second that motion.
So a motion and a second to approve tuition for Carmen McKay in the amount of the $18.55.40. So any discussion on that?
I'm glad to pay for continuing education.
She will have her bachelor's done in May of 2027, and then she starts in on her master's degree.
So, and this is a requirement of her job, right?
The bachelor's, yes. In order for her to be a director, they do like for them to have at least a bachelor's degree.
Okay. Very good.
Vicki, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I might add one more thing. I talked with HR director this morning and she said, just to make sure that you are aware that this is the full amount allotted for Carmen for this year for 2026. So there won't be any additional pieces for 2026. Then it'll be reallocated for 2027 to finish that out.
Thank you. Okay. If you'd please call our roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay. Moving on to line item number 6.
Madam Chair, I move for the ratification of the August 3rd, 2026 statement to the Colorado Parks and Wildlife Commission regarding wildlife management and commission decision-making.
I second.
Motion and a second to ratify the letter dated August 3rd to CPW regarding the wildlife management and commission decision-making. Any other discussion? So, okay. If you would please call our roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, moving on to line item number 7.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the 2026 Colorado Federal Lands Access Program FLAP application requesting $3,670,000 in FLAP funding for the Rio Blanco County Road 10 Bridge Replacement Project, RIOB-010-00.08.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and a second to approve the FLAP application requesting $3,670,000 for County Road 10. Any additional discussion?
Just for the public's knowledge, that's the South Fork Road, and the FLAP, it stands for Federal Land Access Program. Thank you.
All righty. If you would please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Line item number 8, please.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve for the approval of the contract for services with Jeannie Newman for road and bridge historical records research and related records organization and documentation services at a rate of $45 per hour in the amount not to exceed $8,000 for the term of August 2026 through December 31st, 2026.
I second.
Motion and a second to approve the contract for services with Jeannie Newman, not to exceed $8,000, and it is at $45 an hour. Any additional discussion?
This is, the county is going to start researching roads before we need the research and put them in our historical stuff so that we don't have to do this when people have a problem.
If I might mention, it is part of your strategic plan to identify roads, bridges, right of ways, access. It could go along as far as with some of the bridges that we have, determining rights of way, doing those types of things as well. So.
Okay. All righty. So if you'd please call a roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed?
All righty. Moving on to line item number 9.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the County Road 33 private property EWP project bid award.
We have to, this is the one that's wrong.
It's a no bid. Vicki, help us with this one just a second. It's the no bid, right?
So this is the one that the bids that we received, one was, after Liz opened that,
It was way high.
it was way high. The other, there were some incomplete bids. And so her recommendation was to no bid it and resubmit it out.
Okay, so we do not have a second, right? So it
No.
dies for lack of a second. So do you want to restate your motion?
So I'm going to make sure I have this right. We are reopening our bids for County Road 33 private property EWIP project bid award.
Correct. But we need to do a no bid. Approve a no bid. How do we say that? Approve a no bid. Not accept any of these bids is what it boils down to. So,
Commissioners,
Yes.
yes.
if I can maybe offer a thought. I
Please.
think it's 2 motions. So the first motion is to fail the original bid, or no bid, or however you all want to say that. But first you would fail the original bid, and you'd vote on that. And the second motion would be to reopen the bids.
Thank you.
My recommendation. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to try this. Madam Chair, I move to approve the no bid for County Road 33 private property EWIP project.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second to fail the bid for the County Road 33 private property EWP project bids. If you would please call our roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, so the second part of that, as you had noted earlier, the reopening piece.
So, Madam Chair, I make a motion to reopen the bid for County Road 33 private property EWP project bid award.
I second it.
A motion and a second to reopen the bids for County Road 33 private property EWP project. If you would please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, moving on to resolutions.
Madam Chair, I move to approve Resolution 2026-24, a resolution amending Resolution 2026-14 to change the official Rangeley meeting location and designating locations for the posting of notices of meetings, agendas, and work sessions.
I'll second that motion.
So our location, I don't have it right here in front of me. What are we calling our location? Just so we've got it clear for our public.
I had it listed as the county, Rio Blanco County Commissioners Rangeley Meeting Room.
The Rio Blanco County Commissioners Rangeley Meeting Room,
At 255 Main Street.
255 Main Street, Rangeley.
Mhm.
And where will our notices be posted?
Eric is gonna do a little kiosk right out the front door.
So the
255.
yes, so the postings will be at the same address of 2255 Main Street here in Rangeley. All right, thank you very much. So have a motion and a second to approve resolution 2026-24. If you would please call our roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, moving on to our other business. Do we have any staff updates?
No, not at this time.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any commissioner updates?
Sure we do.
I don't have mine written down, so you
want
go
me-
right ahead.
Okay. So I had a handful of DHS SNAP meetings, meeting with different directors, trying to figure out formulas and what have you as far as how the financing is going to look for us, not only with SNAP, but I also sit on the WAC, which is our Works Allocation Committee, and we also do a formula for TANF dollars. And so just was picking the brain of some other directors in other counties. More of the bigger counties, wanting to make sure that us smaller counties don't get left out in the shuffle with having to pick up their reserves. I attended STAC and directors meetings. I had a couple of meetings with our public health director and our DHS director. Attended the training steering committee. They finally had one that I was able to attend because it seems like they've been having a lot of them when we've had meetings. So I haven't been able to attend, and it's a steering committee that is helping shape and or continue to shape training for child welfare workers. They have to go through a whole training process to get certified. I met with Mr. Skelton last week. He came to me about the cemetery board and the lawnmowers that they have had have either been donated and or are dying on them. And so he brought me some quotes for a John Deere and is asking that the board consider purchasing or helping purchase a lawnmower for the cemetery here in Rangeley. As we all know, that they're probably our smallest mill in the county. I don't remember off the top of my head what they are, but they do not have a whole lot of funding. So that was his ask of the board. So I attended the Northwest TPR, Rangeley Airport Master Plan, which I thought went very well, had a lot of input from the community. We will have a public comment time in September 13th, on the Rangeley Master Plan for the Rangeley Airport. I had a meeting with Lisa and Carmen. My meeting with Lisa and Carmen was surrounding SNAP and how much the county potentially is going to be on the hook for if the state continues down the road of the 60-40 split that from our error rates that the state, that the federal government is pushing down on us, which is at 10% because our error rates overall in the state of Colorado is 9.8 something, I believe, if I remember correctly. So if those go down, if we can get our error rates down, then that reduces the amount that then the state really is on the hook for. But right now, the state is saying that they're going to have us do a 60-40 split. And then last night we had our conservation districts meeting, and I thought that went well. It was a good meeting. It was good to get with those other boards and hear what they've got going on. So that is my report.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Error rates for the state of Colorado, Rio Blanco County is a lot less error rates than the state is. And so we're going to be punished for the state.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you're exactly right. I think that's the frustration with even with these cohorts that they're wanting to do is when you put us all, or, then are they going to break down those error rates per cohort or what is that going to, I mean, those are some of those negotiations that they're talking through, but really the state has already, in my opinion, pushed it down on all of the counties and we're all paying for it. But the ones that aren't bringing their error rates down.
Yeah, I just wanted the public to know that it isn't Rio Blanco County.
No, our ladies do an excellent job.
So I attended the Wolf Coalition meetings, directors meetings, special meetings, which included administration meetings, CNCC work session meetings on the airports, trying to get that stuff squared around. And the meeting with the conservation districts last night, which was a very productive meeting. Lots of meetings. That's all I have.
Okay, in addition to all those meetings, or most of those, I also attended another meeting. So White River Electric hosted the Community Cyber Disaster Tabletop Exercise, which was really a good and scary concern. So what we went through was if there, at least statewide, if not national-wide electric outage. And for up to 14, 15 days anyway, was kind of, we built up to that. So their concern is that there is a real possibility of that due to foreign countries embedding themselves into a lot of computer systems, government systems, and power company systems. So that was really valuable. I've always wondered what they talked about as a tabletop exercise, never been through one. I would encourage you to attend if they ever do that. So it was pretty eye-opening, pretty concerning. One of those things, the big picture is, okay, so if it gets to the point, we obviously don't have any electricity, so you think you're going to get gas in your car and go somewhere. Well, you can't pump gas without electricity. You can't get gas out of the ground. Hospitals, what are they going to do when they can't, their power backup will last for X number of hours. What are they going to do when that goes down? One of the lessons learned and so forth, it goes down to just as so far down to Eric brought up, okay, so we think we're all set up for our emergency operations and so forth. If there's no power, there's no water, there's no sewer, he's probably going to be having conversations with those who have porta potties and stuff, because you've got to be able to deal with all that. So it was pretty eye-opening. it was all the things that would impact. And they talked about encouraging people in general to really have a plan. If you don't have power for 14, 15 days at least, what are you going to do? So don't panic is the first thing. So anyway, that was pretty amazing. It was a day long of meetings because went right into the difficult conversations training that all the directors and leadership participated in, which was really good. And so that was a full day. Last Monday, not this one, but the one before, took a reporter from the Colorado Public Radio for almost a full day tour on rangeland issues in order specifically to the wild horse gather that is going on. Was excited to be able to take her to a BLM permit that is grazed by livestock and of course wildlife, but no horses, and compare that to the area where there are horses 24/7, 365 days a year. And it was absolutely day and night when you look at the quality of that range. And I really appreciated Troy Osborne took time out of his busy schedule to join us on that. And Reese also went. So the lady had a lot of information to absorb. And I certainly hope that she portrays it well. Wolf meetings, yes. And I'm also taking the AI class, and I might have said that last time, I don't know. That is really interesting, learning quite a bit. Really looking forward to getting us headed down the path of using AI to help ourselves be more effective and efficient. Of course, the directors' meetings and the conservation district's natural resource meeting. So those are my primary things. So with that being said, I don't think we have anything else on tours. Tours on the brain. So we do need to go into executive session. So I would like to entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to CRS 246402-4B for the purpose of receiving legal advice for specific legal questions.
I second.
So a motion and a second to enter into executive session pursuant to CRS 24-6-402-4B. Would you please call our roll?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, commissioners,
Yes, ma'am.
you need an actual roll call on this one.
Oh, yes. Thank you. And I forget it too. So actually, I thought we were in trouble for other things, but okay, roll call. Good. Okay.
Aye.
Aye. All righty. So with that being said, the date is 8/18 and it is 1:59. And for the record, my name is Callie Scritchfield. I am the presiding officer as required by the open meeting law. This executive session is being electronically recorded. Also present at this executive session are the following persons, which would be the three of us commissioners, Overton, O'Haron, and Scritchfield, and attorney Rose Puglisi. I caution each participant to confine all discussion to the stated purpose of the executive session, and no formal action may occur in the executive session. If at any point in the executive session, any participant believes that the discussion is going outside the proper scope of the executive session, please interrupt the discussion and make an objection. So as noted before, this is an executive session for the purpose of CRS 24-6-402-4B for the purpose of receiving legal advice for specific legal questions.
This is Rose Puglisi, County Attorney. Because this executive session involves legal advice, I'm advising the board that no recording be kept and the recorder be turned off.
Okay, thank you very much. So we will give us just a few minutes, Rose. Why don't I send you a new Google Meet since it's going to just be on my computer?
Perfect.
And I'll just send you that invite. So if you'll look for it, please.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll hang up off of that one.
So we can hang these up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Commissioner